Hey guys, this is EJ Holland with the Wolverine.com, and Michigan has scored an important win on the recruiting trail. Before we dive into that, I want to remind you guys to subscribe to the Wolverine.com today for just $29.99 for 6 months. That gets you insider recruiting information, team information, basketball, NIL, transfer portal, and so much more. Plus, be part of our great community over on the Fort message board with more than 8,000 unique Michigan fans, all for just $29.99 for 6 months. Now is the time to subscribe, with official visits in full swing and commitments on the way. All right, like I said, Michigan just scored an important win on the recruiting trail. The Wolverines picked up a verbal pledge from Princeton Hun School 3-star defensive lineman Owen Wafle, a former Notre Dame commit, backed out of his pledge to the Irish last month after the Michigan staff made a huge push. Michigan defensive line coach Mike Elston and area recruiter Grant Newsome both went out to see him at his high school. They were both in consistent contact throughout the last couple of months. Elston just did a tremendous job here, taking it to his former team. Remember, Elston was previously the defensive line coach at Notre Dame. Looked at Notre Dame's commit list, found Owen Wafle, and said, I'm going to try to flip him. And even though Wafle did decommit before eventually siding with Michigan, this was pretty much a flip. Wafle had been committed to Notre Dame for about a year. He talked to their head coach, Marcus Freeman, about potentially making an official visit to Michigan after Mike Elston and company made that push. Freeman said, if you want to make an official visit, you can't. And the two sides split ways. Wafle liked Michigan enough to decommit from Notre Dame after a year without even visiting campus. That's how great of a job Elston and Newsome did in this recruitment. Wafle, of course, was on campus this weekend for an official visit. Really enjoyed his time seeing the facilities, the school in general, meeting with Elston and Newsome, meeting with head coach Jim Harbaugh, and the Wolverines were able to seal the deal. Now, Wafle's listed at 6'2", 267. He's much closer to 290. I just saw him a couple of weeks ago at his high school. He's quick. He's built like a tank. He can play the nose if needed, but most likely projects as a 3 technique. He's really long for being a shorter defensive lineman. There's a lot to like about his power, his brute strength. This is a guy with a really high motor that fits the mold of what Mike Elston really likes in his 3 technique defensive lineman. All right, guys, for more coverage on Michigan's big win over rival Notre Dame, go over to the Wolverine.com. Sign up for just $29.99 for 6 months.